Welcome back, everybody, to the Pittsburgh Pirates franchise here on MLB The Show 20. As today we continue the month of June here with our Pirates, who are currently 47-24 on the season. Obviously, it's been no secret that we are playing really good baseball at the moment. Only 3 losses so far in June. Last episode, we played 2 games and lost both of them. Our previous 2 losses against the Yankees and Brewers were both games I've played. And other than that, we've only lost 1 game in the entire month. So, clearly I'm some kind of curse so far in the month of June, but oh well, it is what it is. So, currently we are half a game ahead of the Brewers for first place in the NL Central. And the NL playoff picture is exactly the same as it was last year, with us, the Nationals and Padres winning the divisions, and the Brewers and Rockies being the wild cards. Obviously, we're in June. We still have 3.5 months to go, so the playoff picture probably will change. But it does look like we have a lot of the same teams who are good, which I do find pretty interesting. Obviously, as you can tell from the stats, our team is playing really well right now. We are going to make a quick change involving the bullpen, and it is a pretty significant change as Ken Giles will no longer be our closer going forward. Giles has really taken a step back this year. He has just not been the same Ken Giles that we've had in previous years. And with how well Jose Alvarado's been pitching as of lately, I think it makes the most sense to make Alvarado the closer going forward. Other than that opening day debacle, Alvarado was only allowed 2 runs the entire season. Obviously, he allowed 3 runs in that first game. But ever since then, he has been lights out and is absolutely worthy of the closer role. That's the only move we're going to make on the bullpen as of now, but that doesn't mean it'll be the only going forward, especially with how bad Wander Suero has pitched. I don't really feel comfortable with him in the bullpen for too much longer pitching that well, so maybe we send him down to the minors, just try to rejuvenate him and then call him back up in a little bit. Also, last episode was the MLB draft. There are all of our draft picks, and we had a really solid draft, our best pick being catcher Tom Hu, a 90 potential player in the second round. So, we will be taking on the White Sox today, who are 40-33. They're a good team. They are 7.5 games over the Indians, who obviously beat us in the World Series last year, so we're feeling pretty good about that the Indians aren't doing too hot. Chicago is currently the second wild card in the AL for what it's worth, and as you can see, we still have Josh Bell and O'Neill Cruz at second and third place in the NL MVP race alongside Christian Yelich, so it looks like either someone from the Pirates or Brewers will not only win the NL MVP, but considering the Pirates and Brewers are the 2 best teams in baseball right now, those 2 teams certainly look like the favorite, which makes this year's NL Central dogfight between these 2 teams more interesting than ever. Here's a look at both lineups today. The Pirates obviously using the DH because this is an American League ballpark, so Brian Hayes will be getting the start at DH for Pittsburgh. Regular starters for the Pirates outside of that, as Dylan Cease will be getting the start today for the White Sox. He's been, well, the definition of average. 4-6 record, 4.4 ERA, 1.41 whip. He hasn't been bad. He's striking out good batters at a nice rate, but he hasn't been great either, as here is Pablo Cairo 2-2 pitch. Look at that barehanded play by the third baseman. Excellent defensive work there by Chicago, as Pablo Cairo unable to get to first in time. After Josh Bell would reach base, that'll bring up O'Neill Cruz, who strikes out on the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Good start to the game for Cease as we go to the bottom of the first inning. It'll be the lefty, Joey Lucchesi, on the mound today for the Pirates. 7-2, 3.35 ERA, 1.18 whip. He started the year off slow, but has really pitched a lot better as the season has gone along. However, his day-to-day would not start off too well, as Nick Madrigal will go deep in a left field. That one gets over the glove of Dylan Carlson, and the White Sox are quickly on the board. Madrigal with his 10th home run of the year, and Chicago will put that one on the board as it is 1-0. Let's go to the second inning now. There's Francisco Mejia going down looking on the slider. That pitch was right down the middle, too. He could have really taken a hack at that one, but he's not going to take it. Bottom 2 now for Aristides Aquino, and he will strike out. Nice pitch by Lucchesi, his first K of the day as we move to the third. Josh Bell now grounds this one to first, and Dylan Cease is really playing good baseball right now. 3 shutout innings of work. Pirates offense just has not really been able to generate much. So we go to the bottom of the third. Josh Van Meter is the leadoff batter, and Van Meter will strike out for the first out of the inning. Here's the following batter, Danny Mendick, 1-2 pitch, and he's just a window shopper because he's just looking. Joey Lucchesi painting the corners there, as here's the ultra-talented leadoff hitter, Luis Robert, with 2 outs, and Robert will hit this one nicely into right center field. It'll drop for a hit. A single for most players, but for the speedy Robert, it will be a double. And the White Sox now have themselves a runner in scoring position as they try to extend this lead after a Nick Madrigal walk. That'll bring up Eloy Jimenez, who will strike out. Lucchesi gets out of a jam, and the score will remain 1-0 as we advance now to the 4th inning. Here's Oneil Cruz, 3-2 pitch, and he gets jammed by the inside fastball. Excellent pitch by Cease, who has been a machine today. Dylan Carlson now, the following batter, 3-2 pitch, and Carlson will rip this one into right for a single. Pirates now the base runner on with 1 out. This is their opportunity to get back in this game, try to take a dent into the scoreboard, as here is Benny Lane with 2 away. 1-2 pitch for Lane, who already has a hit today. He goes down on the high and inside fastball. Another excellent pitch by Dylan Cease, who now has 4 scoreless innings on the day. Bottom 4 for Aristides Aquino, and this ball is gone. Crushes it into left field, and the White Sox will extend their lead, doubling it, and it's now 2-0. Aquino with his 14th home run of the season, and the White Sox are back on the board. Pirates still being shut out here in the 5th. Miguel Andujar trying to change that, and I guess he will be successful. Andujar, shopping gap, that one will be a no-out double for Andujar, and the Pirates already have themselves a runner in scoring position with nobody out, as I mentioned earlier. So quite the opportunity for them to do damage, and it looks like they will be successful, as with 2 away, Pablo Cairo will single it into center. The throw from short is not in time. Andujar will score, and the Pirates are finally on the board, as it is now 2-1 after the RBI single by the second-year man out of Venezuela, Pablo Cairo. The Pirates are not done, however, as here's the following batter, Josh Bell, with a single into center. Cairo thought about going to third, probably would have been safe if he did. And the White Sox are going to make a pitching change, and I'm surprised they're taking Cease out this early, as Ryan Borucki will enter. A little lefty-on-lefty crime here for Oneil Cruz, who will end up striking out. Cruz's ratings are actually better against lefties, so if the White Sox were trying to make a strategic play, that wasn't statistically the best decision, but it worked out, so I don't think they're too upset. Bottom 5, Josh Van Meter going to lead this one off, as this one is grounded right at Benny Lane, who makes an excellent defensive play, and Van Meter is out at first. Good stuff from Lane and Lucchesi for first out of the inning. Runner on now for Luis Robert, as he's going to steal second and will be safe. That's Danny Mendick after reaching on a walk, so he is now in scoring position. Robert will strike out, so now the White Sox are going to need a base hit to drive Mendick home. That'll bring up Nick Madrigal, who had the home run earlier today. He will draw a walk. So 2 on, 2 outs for one of the top power hitters in baseball, Eloy Jimenez. And he gets this one into left for a single. Mendick headed to the plate. The throw is not in time. And the Chicago White Sox will extend their lead as it's now 3-1. Pittsburgh will make a pitching change. Lucchesi's day is done, and Emmanuel Clase will enter. He's had a really good season, as here's Gio Urshela. He singles it into left. Runner headed to the plate. That's Madrigal. He slides safely. Back-to-back RBI singles for the White Sox. They now lead this game 4-1. Can they do more damage here, as Aquino will draw a walk, and with 2 outs, the bases are loaded. This game could get ugly. It's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. He strikes out on the 101-mile-an-hour curveball. So that will end the inning. The White Sox leave them loaded, but they do score 2, as it is now 4-1 through 5. Let's go to the 6th inning. Borucki will stay in the game, as Francisco Mejia, with 1 out, hits this one high and deep into right center at the track at the wall, and it is caught. Luis Robert, one of the rangiest center fielders in all of baseball. I don't think many center fielders can make that play, but Luis Robert is special. Here's Miguel Andujar now. Runner on, 2 outs, and Andujar's shot is gone. Ninth home run of the season for Miguel Andujar. And the Pittsburgh Pirates will make this one a little bit closer, cutting the lead down to 1, as it is now 4-3. A huge home run for Andujar, and the Pirates are back in this game, but they don't look like they're done. Brian Hayes with a single into center. So the Pirates' offense is not quite content with those 2 runs. We'll see if they can try to add any more possibly. Nice hit by Hayes. That one was jammed a little, but he still gets it to drop for a hit, so that's all that matters. Wander Franco, the following batter, will get a single himself into center. And it seems like the Pirates' offense is really cooking. Their last 4 batters have reached base. Obviously, Andujar drove 2 of them in. Now there are 2 on for Pablo Cairo, and he will fly this one out to right. Robert makes the play. So the Pirates score 2, but they leave 2 on, and both teams are starting to pick it up offensively, but are also keeping a lot of base runners on base. Bottom of the 6th, Clase still in the game as Christian Robinson will open up the inning with a single into center. Good start for Robinson, a native of the Bahamas. There is Josh Van Meter now. He will go down looking. Clase's second strikeout of the game. Mendick now 2-1 pitch as the runner is headed for second, and he is gunned down. Francisco Mejia behind the dish, part-time ball player, full-time sniper, and Robinson is unable to score safely. Madrigal strikes out on the slider. Good inning of work from Emmanuel Clase, as the score will remain 3-4 with 3 innings to go. We'll see which bullpen plays better down the stretch, and that's the team that will probably end up winning this game. Darwinzion Hernandez will enter here in the 7th. He's had a rough season, to put it lightly. Has an ERA currently in the 7s. And the Pirates have the meat of their lineup up, so it's time for them to capitalize as Josh Bell will strike out. Runner on 2 outs now for Francisco Mejia, who will single it into right. So Pittsburgh has 2 runners on base. They can do some damage here potentially, as here is Benny Lane. 1-2 pitch, lefty on lefty crime, and Lane will get this one to drop into right. The runner thought about going home, probably would have been safe, but he retreated back to third. So the Pirates are going to have the bases loaded here. Another pitching change. Jimmy Cordero will enter, and he has had a great season. Sub-2 ERA, one of the top relief pitchers in the AL. Bases loaded, 2 away for Andujar, who will fly out to center. So in the past 2 innings alone, the Pirates have had 5 runners on base and not score. That's pretty rough. Bottom 7 now, Caleb Ferguson will enter. Has an ERA exactly at 2. He's had an outstanding season. Full count here for Gio Urshela. Better double check that swing. That would have been a ball too, but the umpire says he went around. Cordero remains in for Chicago as we open up the 8th. Brian Hayes starting things off with a strikeout. The Sox would then make a mid-inning pitching change for no real reason, as it's for former Pirate Will Smith who enters the game. Smith was on Pittsburgh last year, wasn't all that good, so I have to imagine the Pirates are salty that he's having a really good season with the White Sox. As here's Pablo Cairo grounding out to short. A good inning for Will Smith against his previous team. And now the Pirates are going to need to score in the top of the 9th, or else this game is over. Ken Giles will enter here in the bottom of the 8th, his first game as one of the official setup men, no longer the closer. Giles had 18 saves and 24 save opportunities this season as Christian Robinson will strike out. 2 away now for Danny Mendick. He goes down on the 2-seam fastball. Good inning of work from Giles. And now the Pirates have to score here in this 9th inning if they want to win. The talented lefty Aaron Bummer will enter for Chicago. And it'd be a bummer if Pittsburgh can't make this comeback. I'm sorry I had to make that joke. Josh Bell going to open things off with a fly out into right. Sox now only need 2 outs. Here's O'Neal Cruz. He hits this one high and pretty deep into left field. At the track, at the wall, it could hit the pole. And it is caught. So now the Pirates are down to their final out. Here is Dylan Carlson, 2-1 pitch, and Carlson hits this one pretty nicely, deep into left center, back at the wall, and it's gone! And the Pirates will tie it up at 4. Dylan Carlson with a clutch home run, and the White Sox were an out away from winning this game, and now Pittsburgh ties it up at 4. What a hit from Carlson. That one could not have come at a better time. As Francisco Mejia now up, he was nearly safe. The second baseman, Madrigal, bobbled it for a second. But nonetheless, the Pirates tie it up here in the top of the ninth. Now we go to the bottom of the ninth, where we will find out if the White Sox can walk it off, or if this one will be going to extra innings. Eloy Jimenez will strike out. That's the third and final out. Another good inning for Giles, so 9 innings is not enough, and this game needs extras. Let's go to the 10th now. Another former Pirate, Pedro Baez, will enter the game. Baez was with the Pirates last year as well, and like Will Smith, struggled. So it's kind of sad seeing that Pedro Baez has been really good himself this year at the White Sox. As Brian Hayes jams that one out to center. 1-2-3 inning of work from Baez. And now we go to the bottom of the 10th. Let's see if the White Sox can make a comeback. The White Sox have been putting in former Pirate pictures, so the Pirates are going to put in the former White Sox. Victor Arano enters the game. Arano has spent the past 3.5 seasons with the White Sox before signing with the Pirates this offseason as he gets Urshela to strike out there. Here comes the following batter, Aristides Aquino, and he will end it. The White Sox will win it on a walk-off home run from Aristides Aquino. His second home run of the game, and this one will win it for the Sox. A 433-foot bomb. That one was gone once it hit his bat, and Chicago needed extra innings. However, they do beat the Pirates here in this one by the final score of 5-4. The former Pirate pitchers, Will Smith and Pedro Baez, both played really well for the White Sox, whereas Victor Arano, the former White Sox, ended up losing the game for Pittsburgh. The Pirates out-hit the White Sox 15-9. Out of the Pirates' main 9 starters, everybody got at least one hit. Carlson and Andujar went deep, and the bullpen was really good. Joey Lucchesi started today off really well, then kind of didn't play all that well down the stretch, but the bullpen, for the most part, was really good for Pittsburgh today. For Chicago, 2 home runs, 1 for Madrigal, actually 3 home runs because Aquino went deep twice. Dylan Cease pitched really well. I don't know why they took him out so early. They had a number of guys come in for relief. They all did their work. So after that, we would do a little bit of simming. We would beat the White Sox, so we split that series at 1. Head over to Coors Field. We take 2 of 3 against the Rockies, take 2 of 3 against Baltimore, and now we have a series at home against the St. Louis Cardinals. The Pirates ended up winning Game 1 of that series. This is Game 2. We'll see if Pittsburgh can officially win the series prematurely, or if the Cardinals can get back on the win column. This is the Pirates' 81st game of the season, so the Pirates are now pretty much officially halfway through this season. Pittsburgh is 53-27. The Cardinals are 32-49. In this series, the Cardinals have just not been that competitive of a team, which really surprised me because they're obviously one of the better organizations in baseball. On the mound today for the Pirates will be their ace, Jameson Taillon, 9-3, 2.82 ERA. He's pitching really well this season as Tommy Edman will lead things off. He gets fooled by the outside curveball for the first K of the inning for Jameson Taillon. Paul Goldschmidt now up, 1-2 pitch. He goes down on the two-seam fastball, so a quick inning of work from Jameson Taillon, striking out 2. Cardinals don't leave anyone on base. On the mound for them is Daniel Ponce de Leon, who has a 6 stash, but his ERA is in the 6s. He's not having a great season, and his day would not start off too hot. Wander Franco will lead this game off with a home run into right, his 15th of the season. And the Pirates will quickly get on the scoreboard as it is now 1-0. Pirates offense as a whole is looking good early. The next 2 batters, Pablo Cairo and Josh Bell, would both hit singles. Here's Bell's single. Cairo would advance to third. So runners on the corners. Nobody out here for the Pirates. Their offense is just looking dominant right now at this moment. Now 1 gone for Benny Lanyon. He crushes it deep into right. This one is gone. A 3-run bomb for Benny Lange, his 15th of the year. The Pirates will now lead this game 4-0. A dominant start from the offense. And Daniel Ponce de Leon, his day is not starting off too well. The Pirates are not done yet. 2 away here for Francisco Mejia. Gets this one down the line and fair. That'll be a double for Mejia. Pittsburgh has a pair of runners on scoring position as they try to extend this lead even more. The only problem is the next batter up is the pitcher, Jameson Taillon. He will strike out, so that inning will come to a close, and a dominant one for Pittsburgh as they put up 4 and lead this game 4-0. Let's go to the top of the second. Let's see if the Cardinals can try to keep this game competitive or if this will be a blowout. As with 1 away, it's Paul DeJong with a single into center. Runner advances to third. So the Cardinals now have a pair of runners on the corners and a great opportunity to shine, and they will do just that. Diego Grulon with a 3-run bomb into center, and the Cardinals quickly cut the deficit down to 1. Diego Grulon always plays really well against the Pirates in recent years, and today looks no different. His 7th home run of the season. So the Cardinals look like they will make this game competitive as it is now 4-3, a very high-scoring start. Let's move to the third inning now. There's Jason Dominguez striking out. Already 5 strikeouts so far for Jameson Taillon. Paul Goldschmidt now with 1 out. Singles this one into center. Tommy Edman, the speedster, will advance to third. And again, the Cardinals have runners in the corners, and they have an opportunity to tie this game up or take the lead. Brandon Belt grounds it to second. 4-6-3 double play. The Pirates turn 2 and get out of the inning with no harm done. Score remains 4-3. Good inning of work from the defense. Now let's go to the bottom of the third, see if the Pirates can try to get back on the scoreboard as O'Neal Cruz will go down on the fastball. A really nice pitch by Ponce de Leon, his 2nd K of the day. Benny Lane now, he went deep in his first at-bat. Doesn't quite get this one over the fence, but hits it nicely. Lane trying to go for second. The throw is not in time. A 1-out double for Big Ding Benny Lane. And now the Pirates have themselves a runner in scoring position. 2 away for Miguel Andujar, who strikes out on the inside fastball. So it seems like Ponce de Leon is starting to pitch a little bit better after that disaster of a first inning. Let's go to the fourth now. Cardinals trying to make this game in their favor some more, try to keep the momentum as Michael Chavis gets a double. Tyler O'Neill now with a single into left field. Chavis scores with ease. That'll actually be a double for O'Neill, And after starting this game down 4-0, St. Louis Cardinals will tie it up at 4. Not a great performance from Jameson Taillon. Here's Ponce de Leon now up at the plate with 2 outs and a runner on third. He flies out to right. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't go for the pinch hitter route there, but I guess they still trust that Ponce de Leon is doing well as he jams Francisco Mejia on the curveball. He is 4th strikeout of the game, first of the inning. 2 away now for Wander Franco, who went yard earlier in the game. This one will stay in the ballpark, but it goes off the wall. Franco with a 2-out double, and the Pirates trying to regain the lead. We'll see if they can do it here with Pablo Cairo up. Cairo has not done all that well in clutch situations this season as he hits this one pretty nicely into center. It goes to the warning track, but it would be caught by the Cardinals. So this game remains tied at 4-4. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th inning now. Miles Michaelis will enter for St. Louis. He's having a fine season. You know who else is having a fine day? That is Benny Lane. He's 2 for 2 with a bomb. Why not add another homer? Benny Lane with a 2-run shot into left center field. 16th of the season, 2nd of the day. Have yourself a day, Big Ding Lane. And the Pirates are now up 6-4. On to the 6th. Jameson Taillon remains in the game as he will strike out Michael Chavis there. Taillon starting to pitch a little bit better. Paul DeJong now up at the plate. 3-1 pitch, and DeJong crushes this one into left field, and it is gone. Both of these teams are hitting the baseball really well today as DeJong is 12th of the year, and the Cardinals cut the lead down to 1 as it is now 5-6. Not a great game in the rain for Jameson Taillon. 6 innings, allowing 5 runs, and his day will come to a close, as does this inning with a Diego Grulon flyout. So the Cardinals cut the lead down to 1, but We'll see if the Pirates can try to widen the gap a little bit, and it looks like they're going to do that. Josh Bell with a homer if it's fair, and it's not. That one will be called back. It goes foul. So the score remains 5-6. Instead of a home run, it's a ground out. And the runner does reach home, but there were 2 outs. So no score. 5-6 remains the score as we are through 6 innings. Let's see who can try to break away and win this game as we advance to the 7th. Raisel Iglesias will enter for the Pirates. He started the season off slow, but is pitching a lot better, and he would get out of the inning fairly easily, as you can tell. Genesis Cabrera will now enter for St. Louis here in the bottom of the 7th as O'Neal Cruz hits this one into left. It'll drop for a hit. Cruz is going to go for second, and he is gunned down. Excellent play out and left by Tyler O'Neill to throw out O'Neal Cruz, who was trying to be a little bit too aggressive there. Now Benny Lena's up. He's 3 for 3. Going to try to make it 4 for 4, and he might be successful as he is called out at first. However, the Pirates will challenge the call. Lane broke his bat, weakly hit it, but Cabrera cannot get to it quick enough. And as you can tell, that one is so close. That angle does not really tell us whether he was safe or not. However, the ruling is that Benny Lane is safe at first, so he is now 4 for 4 on the day. Let's try to get a look at a better angle, see if Lane was actually safe at first. And as you can tell, right here, foot is on the bag. The ball is just milliseconds away from entering the glove. I think they made the right call that he's safe, but that one was so close. Dylan Carlson now up with 1 out. This one will go off the wall and right. Benny Lane wasn't sure if it was going to be caught, so he's confused. Lane heads to third. He's going to be out. So that whole sequence with challenging the play at first now pretty much means nothing, considering Lane is out. We'll see if that one comes back to bite the Pirates. Miguel Andujar now out. 3-2 pitch, and Andujar grounds this one to short. Lane probably would have scored had he been safe at third, but instead, no runs are scored. Andujar grounds out, and we go to the top of the 8th. Ken Giles will enter for the Pirates, still getting used to his new role. And here is Michael Chavis. Gets this one to third. What a play. Miguel Andujar with a diving effort. 1-2-3 inning of work from Giles, who seems to be acclimated to his new role pretty well. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Genesis Cabrera will remain in the game as the Pirates going to open up the inning with 2 runners on. That's the pinch hitter, Cesar Hernandez, with a single into right, and Cabrera will be taken out of the game. Cody Whitley will enter for St. Louis. He's had a fine season, and he would get 2 outs pretty easily, but he can't get Josh Bell out easily. Bell sends this one deep into center, and it's gone. Nearly robbed, but Bell barely gets that one to scrape over the fence. His 25th home run of the season, which ties the Major League lead for the most home runs so far this season. You know who he's tied with? O'Neal Cruz. I would imagine O'Neal Cruz isn't too happy that it's tied. So because of that, he's going to get this 1 yard. The problem is, it goes foul. It looks like Bell and Cruz will remain tied at 25 as O'Neal Cruz draws a walk. So he will reach base, but doesn't go deep, unfortunately. Here is Benny Lane now. Lane is 4 for 4 with 2 home runs today, and he cannot make that 5 for 5. Pop out to third. So the Pirates put up 3 runs here in the top of the 8th off of a 3-run bomb by Bell, and we go to the 9th. Jose Alvarado was supposed to enter the game in a save opportunity. However, it's no longer a save opportunity since the Pirates are up by 4. He was already loose, so Pittsburgh said, screw it, we'll still have him in there. And Alvarado will get out of the inning pretty easily. The Pirates will win this one by the final score of 9-5. A dominant performance by the Bats. Pittsburgh really hit the ball well today. I believe 4 home runs in total. 1 for Wander Franco, 1 for Josh Bell, and 2 for Benny Lane, who was dominant today. Lane went 4 for 5, 2 home runs, 5 runs driven in. He was outstanding. The Cardinals hit the ball pretty well. 10 hits, 5 runs, but their pitching was just not great. Pittsburgh only scored in 3 innings, by the way, today. The 1st inning, the 5th inning, and the 8th inning. They were left scoreless in 5 of the 8 innings. Also, all 9 runs were driven in off of home runs for what it's worth. Jamison Tyone did not have his best performance, but it doesn't matter because a win's a win. So after that, I would do some simulating. I'd finish out this St. Louis series, simulate a 4-game set against the Reds, and then a 3-game set against the Cubs. And the results are interesting. So we swept St. Louis, we split with the Reds, and then this Cubs series is very strange. So we got shut out in the first game, and then put up a combined total of 30 runs in the next 2 games, including a 18-12 Game 3 victory over Chicago. This game didn't even need extra innings. We scored a combined total of 30 runs and 38 hits in a regulation 9 innings. Cairo, Bell, Cruz, and Swaggerty with home runs. 7 different players drove in runs. And as you can imagine, our pitching was not great considering we allowed 12. Yamamoto struggled. Mitch Keller got the win. Caleb Ferguson struggled. And we scored 15 runs in the first 5 innings for what it's worth. So, yeah, that game was interesting to say the least. So that's where we're going to end off here. Now, 59-30, we're going to round out the first half of the season going into the All-Star break. I don't think I'm going to participate in the All-Star festivities, although we probably will have Josh Bell and O'Neal Cruz in the Home Run Derby. So if you guys want to see the Derby with both of those players, let me know in the comments below. Also, probably going to start the second half of the season, get around the trade deadline in the next episode as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.